Welcome back to Portland Cooks. I'm Nick Miles, and we'd like to thank Cisco today for bringing us Mike Barrett, who is the executive chef at Beaches.
Yes, sir.
And you have made for us some lollipops, salmon lollipops, and we're going on to our second salmon dish. What's that?
We're going to do some Parmesan polenta with pan-seared salmon with a little artichoke relish on top.
Nice. So you have some of your ingredients ready to go here. I notice you have a pot boiling with some stock in it.
No, first, we have chicken stock. I have 3 cups of chicken stock. I'm going to add about 1 cup of polenta. Could you hand me that whip that's right there, please? Thanks, Vic. I'm just going to bring that in. Slowly stir that.
Now, polenta, for those people that aren't experienced with it, is what?
Polenta is coarse ground cornmeal. And you can get it at most grocery stores, or where I get it is at the bulk food section.
All right, so let's get on to the salmon. And so what's our form with the salmon?
Well, this is some of that salmon that our neighbor dropped off yesterday.
Okay. Now, they add the oil directly into the pan.
Into the pan. And I like the nice Teflon-coated pans because it makes it easier for cleanup.
Okay.
And I'm going to add a little kosher salt. But for this purpose, we're just going to do that. Let it sizzle. And while that's going, we're going to dice up a little tomato.
And this is now for the topping that goes along with
This is going to be the part of the artichoke relish.
So while that salmon's cooking, let's take a look at another gadget that you should have in your kitchen. We're in the kitchen at Kitchen Caboodle looking at kitchen gadgets, and we're with Jeff Malcasian, who's from Bodum, and Bodum make the Bodum French press. Now you tell me it's the best way to make coffee in the morning. You need to qualify that.
Nick, it is. Everybody has a favorite coffee roaster or a great micro coffee shop they like to go to, and you can have that experience at home. All you need to do is add freshly ground coffee, and I cheated. I've already started, but you add 1 scoop for every 4 ounces of water.
Okay.
We call this an 8-cup press because coffee is measured in 4-ounce cups.
Well, I drink a lot of cups of coffee.
This might serve you. After you've added the coffee, just add hot water. Now this hot water is just off a boil, and that's where you want the temperature to be because you'll have the best extraction power. And you can see that this coffee's already started blooming, which shows us that it's really nice and fresh. Simply give it a quick stir, put the lid on in place, and wait 4 minutes. We have this handy timer, so I know when 4 minutes is up.
Now I noticed you brought in a bunch of other Bodum French presses here. They're all very slightly different. Tell me a little bit about them.
They are. They all work exactly the same. This is the traditional Chambord. It's the original French press that was designed in 1933 and made the same way today. But we have new technology. This one, for example, is solid stainless steel, and it's thermal, so it keeps the coffee hot for up to 2 hours.
Excellent. Now our coffee's beeping, so it's ready. 4 minutes by the magic of television.
It is. It's all finished, so all we need to do is press down. It's very simple. Turn the safety lid to the pour position.
The Bodum French coffee press is available at Kitchen Caboodle for between $80 and $100, or you can go to our website at portlandcookstv.com and get yours. Thank you for giving me an excellent cup of coffee.
You bet.
So 1 diced tomato for the beginning of your artichoke relish.
Yep. 1 diced tomato, and then I have some artichoke quarters and Kalamata olives.
Sort of mixed in together.
They're mixed in together.
And of course, I guess you can, depending on how strong you like your olive flavor, you can choose what kind of olives works for you best, right?
Right. Yeah, the Kalamata olives are more of a robust flavor. And, I mean, if you're cooking for children, I'd recommend just using the regular Lindsay olives, sliced olives. I'm going to throw that in there. Now we're going to give this a little stir. You can see that polenta will thicken up, so you want to stir it fairly consistently.
Started to absorb the stock.
Yeah, and you can see it's really starting to thicken up.
So tomatoes, the artichokes, the olives, and now the fresh basil.
We'll add a little fresh ground pepper, a little minced garlic. And then we're going to finish it off with a little more olive oil, just like Mom used to make at home, and a little bit of balsamic vinegar. This is a nice balsamic vinegar, aged 9 years, so it's a little more mellow. Quick stir. We'll set that aside. Now the polenta, you can see all the chicken stock has been absorbed.
Yeah. Water's been absorbed. No, chicken stock has been absorbed. Sorry.
Yeah, so we're going to add a little, it's a half cup of cream. Add some smooth, creamy richness to it that just make it delicious. Stir that in. Now during this time, the salmon has been going. It's nice and crispy. And we're going to just, there we go. We have that golden crust right there. We're going to give it another 2 minutes on that side. So while that's going, we'll finish up the polenta. So we got the cream in there. A little pinch of salt, about a half teaspoon of salt, a couple grinds of ground pepper, and a half cup of Parmesan cheese that's shredded.
And that's a pretty simple side dish.
It is. It's cheap and delicious. Little polenta on the center of the plate.
And you can see the cheesiness in that. It sort of sticks together.
And check the center of the salmon is done perfect. I like to cook the salmon until it's just about cooked all the way through, because the residual heat will finish cooking it. And if you've ever had a dry piece of fish, it's just kind of not as pleasant. But if you cook it till it's just done, it's nice and tender and moist. And we're just going to finish this off with a little salsa or relish. And just for kicks, we'll garnish a little basil.
So when Portland Cooks returns, we're going to make another salmon dish. It's going to be potato crusted salmon with a charred tomato sauce. That's when Portland Cooks returns.